What if I told you that to scale your e-commerce brand with Google Ads, you don't need more Google Ads strategies, but rather you need more SEO? Might sound a little bit crazy, but this is something many brand owners, including myself, have failed to internalize for the longest time ever. And as a result, what do? We ramp up ad spend, we launch more campaigns, we add more product in the hopes that something works. But on a fundamental level, what you want to understand is none of these things that I just mentioned actually please the Google Ads algorithm and make it want to give you more quality traffic and quality sales as a result. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how SEO works with Google Ads on a fundamental level and the strategy you should be utilizing behind it. Now, SEO on a foundational level, it goes beyond just search engine optimization in terms of having the right keywords within your product titles and descriptions, because SEO on its own has two different avenues that you could be going about it. The first avenue is SEO for organic traffic. The second avenue is SEO for paid ads traffic. These two are very different from each other. What most e-com brands do is they confuse both of these, and as a result, a lot of their product titles, their listing pages, even their product listing pages, the descriptions are based around one or the other, or a mixture of both of these strategies. And this is not really what the Google Ads algorithm is looking for, at least when it comes to paid traffic, because paid traffic is all about high buying intent with relevancy. Now, before we actually talk about the nitty-gritty details and the strategy, what you want to understand is organic SEO can be a lot of education-based content. For example, the product 3D printer. Organic SEO could be around the 3D printer keyword itself, because 3D printer on its own is a high buying intent keyword. Or on the other side, it could be, for example, how to use a 3D printer. Or if you just go onto Google and just type in how to, for example, use 3D printer, we can see there's other keywords coming up beyond it, like how to use 3D printer software, how to use 3D printer glue, how to use 3D printer for beginners, or why. If you include the word why 3D printer, for instance, it will be why 3D printer enclosure, why 3D printer is banned in a certain country, why is it used. These are education-based keywords which have nothing to do with buying intent. Now, you might argue that somebody who's searching up how to use a 3D printer is eventually going to buy it, but that could be later on down the funnel. Right now, at least at this point of time when they're searching that up, they're not looking to buy it, because if they were, they would literally just type in the keyword 3D printer or buy 3D printer. It's that simple. So organic traffic in that sense is very different, because it can lead to this loophole, this sort of pathway where it's all about education. And if your main goal is to have SEO and organic traffic on a longer term basis, then absolutely this is a must. However, if your main goal is high buying intent campaigns and to get sales right now, in that situation, you need to be focused more on paid traffic SEO. This is the high buying intent SEO keywords that lead to some kind of sale right at this point of time. And it should all be based around relevancy, because on a fundamental level, Google Ads is keyword based. The only way that a user will find your product is they go literally on Google and then type in that keyword to then have your ads come up there. So because it's a search-based platform, you have to have your SEO strategies and techniques cater to Google's intricacies and internal algorithm, which is all about relevancy. Now, there's a few best practices you need to understand that allow SEO and Google to work hand in hand and to be at the best potential level of scale. Number one is focusing on the quality score with Google Ads, because what you want to understand is SEO is directly influenced by the quality score of your ads in general. Now, one influencing factor of quality score is SEO itself, don't get me wrong, but SEO itself is determined by things like your landing page experience, what's your page speed, how structured is your data in the back end with the Google Merchant Center, do you have all of the right proper keywords within the product feed, do you even have the initial layout for the product feed that's appropriate, or is there a bunch of errors and policy violations, how good is your meta tags within your Shopify backend or whatever other CRM you use. All these things influence your level of scale with SEO when it comes to Google Ads. And the higher your quality score is, the lower your CPCs will be and the higher your ROAS will be as a result. Now, the easiest way to explain this is your SEO is literally your ad foundation. If your website sucks, if their foundation is not there, if the product feed sucks, if the quality is not there, no amount of ad budget can truly save your brand, because SEO and Google Ads work hand in hand. And I've seen this so many times for a lot of the brands we work with under my agency or marketing, which, by the way, if you run a brand doing $50,000 or more per month in revenue, you need some extra help scaling your brand to the next level, go on to my website at yourmarketing.com, schedule a completely free call with me, and let's see how we can potentially work together and make that happen. But in general, a solid SEO strategy that works extremely well for Google Ads, it follows only two major things. Yes, proper keyword research is needed, but that's not the only thing. The first portion of any properly set up SEO strategy with Google Ads, and the way to make it work together, is to have keywords that are high perceived value in the start of any product title, in the start of any landing page that you have, followed by proper SEO keywords after that. So doing proper research, going into the keyword planner tool, and from there understanding which keywords are ideal, which keywords are not ideal, to then implement into your backend. A perfect example for this within the 3D printer niche is, for example, adding the word premium adjustable 3D printer for home. For instance, if we look at this title on a deeper level, we can see premium and adjustable. These are perceived value increasing keywords. There's a chance somebody's searching up for premium, but there's also a chance that nobody's searching for that up itself. And that's completely fine, because the reason why we have this at the front is because when somebody reads the keyword premium, they're already wanting to know a bit deeper and a bit more about that product because it has high perceived value from the start. Adjustable adds on to that. And then there's the SEO keywords in there. 3D printer for home. This could be for business or whatever specific keyword research you end up doing. But essentially, that's high perceived value increasing keywords and proper SEO keywords that you have done research for to find out are the main ones you should be looking into when creating a proper SEO strategy that's catered to the Google Ads side. Because if you again go with some very broad level organic styled keywords, what's going to happen is that's not really catering to the Google Ads algorithm, which is all about buying intent. It needs you to insert those keywords which are high buying intent based around making users convert, because ultimately all of your ads that you run, from shopping to search, ideally to YouTube to anything else, will be about getting the user to buy on the first purchase, on the first sale. So that's what you want to keep in mind when designing your strategy. But if you run a brand doing $50,000 or more per month in revenue, you need some extra help scaling to the next level with Google Ads, go on to my website at yourmarketing.com, schedule a completely free call with me, and let's see how we can potentially work together and make that happen.